Stories about aliens. It was a bright summer day when the first signs of their arrival became known. People around the world stopped what they were doing and stared up at the sky in disbelief. Massive, shimmering ships hung silently in the air, casting long shadows over the land. Some were round, others elongated, and all of them were unlike anything humanity had ever seen before. As the days passed, the aliens made their presence known in subtle ways. They communicated with world leaders and scientists, sharing information about their advanced technology and their peaceful intentions. They spoke of a shared future between their people and ours, one in which we would work together to explore the universe and unlock its secrets. Some were skeptical of their motives, while others were quick to embrace the new arrivals. But one thing was clear: the world would never be the same again. Over time, the aliens began to integrate themselves into human society. They taught us new ways of thinking and living, pushing the limits of what we thought was possible. They helped us cure diseases, create new sources of energy, and even discover new planets in distant galaxies. But there were those who feared the changes the aliens brought. Radical groups sprang up around the world, preaching hate and violence against the visitors. Some governments began to restrict their movements and monitor their activities, fearing that they posed a threat to national security. Tensions rose, and it seemed that war was inevitable. But in the end, it was not the humans who would be the aggressors. It was the aliens themselves, who revealed that they had come not just to share their knowledge, but to save us from ourselves. They showed us images of a future Earth, ravaged by climate change, pollution, and war. They explained that they had come not just to teach us, but to help us change our ways and build a new future together. Slowly but surely, humanity began to come around to their way of thinking. We began to see that the aliens were not just another race of beings, but something more. They were our partners in a shared future, and together we could achieve greatness. And so it was that the arrival of the aliens, once seen as a threat, became the catalyst for a new age of hope and possibility. We looked up at the sky with wonder, knowing that we were no longer alone in the universe, and that anything was possible if we worked together. Second, stories about aliens. It was a normal day when the sky turned dark, and the air was filled with a strange hum. People looked up, puzzled by the sudden change, when something incredible happened. A massive spaceship descended from the clouds, hovering silently over the city. The people of the world watched in awe as the ship slowly descended, its engines whirring to life as it came to a stop just a few meters from the ground. Then, the ship's hatch opened, revealing a group of strange, otherworldly beings. The aliens were unlike anything anyone on Earth had ever seen before. They had slender, elongated limbs, large, bulging eyes, and a strange, greenish-blue skin tone. They stood tall, towering over the crowd, and moved with an almost fluid grace. As they emerged from the ship, they began to communicate with the humans, not through words, but through a series of high-pitched whistles and clicks. It was a language that no one on Earth had ever heard before, and yet, somehow, it seemed familiar. Slowly, over the course of several days, the aliens began to reveal their purpose for coming to Earth. They were explorers, from a planet many light-years away, searching for new forms of life in the universe. They had chosen Earth because of its unique ecosystem, and because of the intelligence and ingenuity of the beings that lived here. Over time, the humans and the aliens began to learn from one another, sharing their knowledge and their cultures. The aliens taught the humans about advanced technologies and new ways of thinking, while the humans shared their art, music, and literature. As the years went by, the humans and the aliens worked together, creating a new era of peace and prosperity for both species. And although they were from different worlds, they found that they had much more in common than they ever could have imagined. The arrival of the aliens changed the world forever, and humanity was never the same again. But for all the challenges they faced, the humans and the aliens found a way to work together, to build a future that was bright and full of promise.